It's Wednesday and it's noon, and welcome to another edition of the ETBU Extra Show. Hello, I'm Mike Meeker, the voice of the East Texas Baptist University Tigers. And today, as always, we're broadcasting live from the first floor of the Ornelas Student Center. First up on the show today, we're going to talk Tiger basketball with the head coach of the Tigers, Bert West, in his 22nd year as the head coach. And Coach, I don't know where we want to start first yet because, well, you had two great games last Thursday and Saturday. You get victories, and those victories put you in first place in the American Southwest Conference East Division. Let's talk about that great game, that struggling game, that hard-fought game against UT Dallas.
Yeah, that was a bit of a classic game, and it ran from the same script as our recent games with UT Dallas. I was trying to come up with every name except UT Dallas. But the games are sort of defensive oriented. They were, statistically, they were ranked to be the best rebounding team in the league, the best defensive team in the league, and they shot three-pointers better than anyone else in the league. So obviously that's why they were tied or half a game ahead of us in the league. And well, I tell you what, the Tigers and the Comets got it on. They didn't spare the horses, and what a great battle it was. Our kids played very well. They were prepared, fought hard right to the finish, and won a good, tough ball game. And the following Saturday, after that Thursday night game, Friday we went a light practice, and you could tell the guys were tired. And then Saturday had a really good offensive team coming in, the Ozarks, and Ozarks played a sort of a tight zone, and our kids did a really good job of handling the ball against the zone and attacking the zone and helping each other get good perimeter shots. We shot more threes than normal, but it was by design, and they were the shots we wanted to shoot. And we made 16 threes that game, and so I was real proud of the effort and the energy the kids brought against Ozarks. And UT Dallas went down and played in a tough situation. They had to go to Louisiana and play the next on that Saturday afternoon, and we know how tough it is down there. And then after the struggle they had with us, they didn't have enough in the tank, and they had Louisiana down, and Louisiana came back and beat them. So the team that had the half-game lead in the league went 0-2 last week, and so we were right there with them. So now we're in front, so everybody be shooting at us again.
In the UT Dallas game, it came down to the wire as usual. 2 seconds left to go on the clock. Brett Atkins goes to the free throw line. He needs to make 2 free throws to extend the lead to 4 instead of 2. How much time do you spend with your team on free throws? Because if you look at scorebooks, if you make your free throws and do very well at them, you're pretty much ahead of the ballgame toward the end.
It is so important to have good free throw shooters on the floor at the end of the game, and if you have a team full of good free throw shooters, at the end of the game is not as important. They will make them all through the way and have you in good shape, but that's something that we focus on. We certainly work on it about twice every day, and shooting them a little different style this year in practice. I wasn't satisfied with the percentage we were shooting early in the year, and just made a little adjustment that I thought might help. It was a way we used to shoot them 40 years ago, and the kids have all picked up and everybody's shooting better. I think it has helped their focus, and after the season's over, we might share what we did different that seemed to help this particular group.
Don't want to share coaching secrets right now because the American Southwest Conference East Division, so many teams battling for those top 4 spots and still a lot to play in the conference. Well, Coach, and then I want to move on to the Ozarks game, and you mentioned this, how in that ball game you were hoping to be able to get the 3 look and hit the ball in the goal 16 times. When's the last time the Tigers made 16 threes in a game? It's been a while since I can remember.
Well, we're so busy looking forward, I didn't have time to look back. But it did cross my mind at some point to go back and try to see. I remember we did it in the early 90s lots of times. That wasn't an unusual number for us. But it's faster-paced games, and we had tremendous three-point shooters. That team that led the nation in scoring, was capable of making 16 threes in a game. But I know it's been a long time. I just don't remember when the last time we made 16. And you would think we would make that many, but we don't focus on shooting them. We're an inside-out team, and it just so happened it was out on that particular day. And so it's very I'm confident in our three-point shooting. I don't think we're shooting it quite as well as I expect them to, but I have high expectations for them.
Well, as a broadcaster, it's fun to call a three when it goes in the goal. You have fun with it because it's a three-pointer. But what I really noticed about your shooters in that game against Ozarks is the form that your three-point shooters have. It seems like it's textbook form, and maybe that's the reason why they fell in 16 times.
Well, that part of it, and their teammates knowing where they are, knowing where they're comfortable shooting the ball from, and just setting each other up and helping each other. I certainly like seeing threes go in also, but I really enjoy the process of seeing them get each other that three and help each other, because it's not just running down there shooting it. There's a method behind our madness, and when I have a lot of confidence our shooters hit a very high percentage when they're working with each other properly.
Worked very well against the University of Ozarks. You find yourself in first place, Coach West, the American Southwest Conference East Division play, but now you got games to play this week. Thursday, home game against LeTourneau, and as I've been watching LeTourneau season, wow, they seem to have gotten things together, and they're on fire.
Yeah, I was actually surprised they didn't get off to a great start, and because I really could see that bunch coming along. And then when they got to playing better, and then they were losing close games, trying to figure out some things. And then suddenly the worm turned, and now they are going to be a handful. They've got a good basketball team. They're aggressive. They play hard. They're well coached, and they're our number one rival. So that's going to be a good game to see. That's going to be quite a battle. Hopefully we'll be prepared and ready. We had better be.
Now, normally, Ornelas Gym has a lot of hometown fans in the stands, and it's loud, but with LeTourneau being just a 25-minute drive from the campus of ETBU in Longview, do you expect it to be louder? Because usually they bring a good following to watch their team play when they come over here to play the Tigers.
Well, our goal will be for the gym to be packed and their crowd to be quiet and ours to be loud. We'll know things are going well then, but they'll be pretty loud anyway. They'll be urging the Yellow Jackets on.
Coach, let's move to the Saturday game since it's on your schedule, because the team has to play Thursday. Then you got to prepare on Friday and go for your next team against UT Tyler, a team that just another short drive from the campus, about an hour away over in Tyler. What do you expect from the Patriots when they come to the gym?
The Patriots are scary. They got good size. They got great athletes. They've been inconsistent, and I, as you might imagine, I've not looked at them very much just from the results. They just had some inconsistency. When they're playing well, they're as good as anybody in the league. So I don't know. That's probably something that just a new team still trying to iron out. When they get their consistency down, hopefully that won't be before Saturday, because we don't have very much time to prepare for them. And that Thursday game, you got a fair chance to get your team ready to go. And it's just a turnaround, a quick preparation, and do the best you can on Saturday. And tough times are coming from the standpoint of being tough. And we got the really tough rival game Thursday night. We have the very tough rival game Saturday afternoon. And then we travel to a very tough rival game to Louisiana College on Monday. So get ready. It's going to be a real treat, if the Tigers can hold form and get after these people.
I'd like to encourage Tiger fans, the last two home games of the month of January coming up Thursday and Saturday. The last home game of the season is the last game on the schedule toward the end of February, which is against Belhaven. So come out this Thursday and Saturday and watch the Tigers. Before I let you go, Coach, I want to talk about one of your players that were honored this week by the American Southwest Conference for the second time this year. Brett Atkins, your senior ball handler and scorer and defensive person, was named the American Southwest Conference East Division Player of the Week for his play last week in those wins. What can you not say about how good Brett Atkins is?
Well, I guess it's a tribute to him, how happy his teammates are for him, because they know that it's impossible to outwork Brett Atkins. I'd said this earlier someplace that I wouldn't want to disrespect anybody to say that he is the hardest worker I've ever seen. But I will say this, I've never seen anyone that could outwork him. He is the equal of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Great attitude, works on his skill all the time, puts the team first, has paid his dues, and he is the success he's having has been earned. And our team is a lot like Bert Atkins, and he's one of the leaders and sets the example. And you know, Thursday, Saturday is almost the last 2 chances to see the Tigers team this year. Our entire month of February we're on the road, and we got the last game of the year at home. So I would encourage people to come out and see a team that plays extremely hard. They're extremely unselfish, and they're trying to figure out a way to get it done, and they won't back down. And I'd like to see the gym full so they could see that team. They're a blessing to be around.
Well, let's inside the locker room a bit. I understand there was some type of congratulations to Bert when he was named the American Southwest Conference Player of the Week by your team. I saw an interview with you earlier in the week that you kind of hinted to it. Can you share more about what happened?
Well, the guys, they love each other. They don't like saying that, you know, that sissy love, but they love each other. And we picked up something that from Coach Janae Shirley in the volleyball team. If someone makes a really good play, you know, over the years, her team would just shut down practice and run just, you know, they'd all jump and celebrate it. And we do that if someone makes an outstanding play in practice. We've kind of, at first, you know, the guys thought that was kind of goofy, but now they start it when someone makes a really great play. But they celebrated on Bert that way, you know, for his success. And they thoroughly enjoy seeing a teammate have success. And I tell you what, you don't have that every time, everywhere. And this team has got a chance to leave a legacy behind. I think they're conscious of that, and they're making every effort to be successful.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time this week on ETBU Extra.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, we'll see you again next Wednesday. Bert West, the head coach of the Tigers, talking Tiger basketball. Don't forget the Tigers play Thursday night as they host Laterno. 7:30 tip for the men. The game will be right here on the ETBU Sportsnet. Don't go away. Still plenty to come today on ETBU Extra. We'll talk Lady Tiger basketball next with the head coach of the Lady Tigers, Edsel Hamilton. That's next on ETBU Extra, live from the campus of East Texas Baptist University.